Limit change questions. Now, the questions which involve basically definite integral, but you change the limits. For example, question number 1, page 5, question 1, first part. It is 0 to 4 dx, x plus root x. Now, first you need to decide what kind of substitution you have to make. And when you make substitution, then you have to change the limits also because these limits are for x. So any idea what substitution you have to make? How to integrate this? If you take root x common, it would be root x plus 1. Now you can make the substitution root x plus 1 is equal to t. If you differentiate, it will be 1 over 2 root x dx is equal to dt. Then you have dx by root x with you. And this is dt by 2. So once you do the substitution, this becomes dt by 2 and root x plus 1 becomes t. Switch on your cameras, please. And then we change the limits also. How to change limits? When x, yes, when x is, what is multiplied? You don't multiply. अच्छा ये 2 ना? Right. ठीक है. So this is 2 dt. So when x is 0, what will be t? T would be 0 plus 1, that is 1. And when x is 4, t would be root of 4 plus 1, that is 3. So limit will change 1 to 3. So once you change the limits, the question is 1, 2, 3. This is 2 dt divided by t. 2 is out. Integration of 1 by t is log t. And the limits 1, 2, 3. Twice upper limit minus lower limit. Log 1 is always 0. So the answer is 2 log 3 or log 3 square or log of 9. So these are the limit change questions where you change the limit and as a result, once you integrate it, you put those limits. Now, which all questions you can answer? Uh, let's try question number 9, 10, 14, 20, 29, 32, 38. Question 9 is integration 0 to pi by 4 tan cube x. Suditi, welcome. So Didi, can you switch on your camera? So Didi, Zaina, Ren.
सर मैंने आज फोन से ज्वाइन किया है तो वो जब सामने रखती हूँ आगे स्क्रीन बहुत छोटी हो जाती है।
चलो ठीक है. Now what to do for this question 9? Question number 9 is 0 to pi by 4 tan cube x. How would you integrate this? Hmm. करो. I've sent you the assignment again. So this is tan cube x 0 to pi by 4. So you can break it tan x into tan square x dx. But for tan x, you need to have its derivative with you so you can make substitution. So convert tan square x into sec square x minus 1 dx. So in the first part, you can make substitution. And the second part, you can directly integrate it. So this part, you have make the substitution. Tan x is equal to t. So that is sec square x dx is equal to dt. And you change the limits also. And you know how to change limits? When x is 0, t would be tan 0, which is 0. When x is pi by 4, t would be tan pi by 4, which is 1. So the first part of the integral, your limits would be 0 to 1 t dt, right? And the second part, what is the integration of tan x? Log sec x, 0 to pi by 4. Integrate, substitute the limits. It will be t square by 2, integration 0 to 1. Log sec x would be log sec pi by 4 minus log of sec of 0. So it will be 1 by 2. Log sec pi by 4 is root 2. So root 2. Sec 1, sec 0 is 1, log 1 is 0. The answer is 1 by 2 minus log root 2. If you want, you can write log root 2 as 1 by 2 log 2 also. Yes. So you can convert log root 2 also. So 1 by 2 minus root 2 would be 2 raised to power half. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 log 2. Next question. अनुज समझ में आ गया?
आ रहे सर थोड़ा थोड़ा।
थोड़ा थोड़ा क्यों, ये तो इंटीग्रेशन इतना ज्यादा डिटेल में किया हम लोगों ने।
सर लिमिट जैसे फिजिक्स में पुट करते हैं अपर माइनस लोअर वैसे
और
ही
क्या, वही है,
कर।
सेम।
ओके सर।
नाउ क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. If you have any doubt, you can ask. This question 10 we have done in yes, while doing indefinite integral, we did it by two ways. One was by substituting tan x as t square, and the second method was sin x and cos x. Do it whichever method you like. Either you can convert into sin and cos, or you can substitute tan x as t square and answer it. Whatever method you want. Either tan x is t square. So sec square x dx is equal to 2t dt. Change limits. When x is 0, t square 0, because tan 0 is 0, t is 0. When x is pi by 2, t square would be tan pi by 2, which is not defined. So t would be infinity. So limit would change like this, 0 to infinity. And dx would be 2t dt by sec square x, which is 1 plus tan square x. And tan square x would be t raised to power 4. You substitute tan square x as t square, tan x is t square, so tan square x would be sec to the t to the power 4. Now tell me how to go about it. So now you can take 2 out, 0 to infinity, multiply it inside, t square plus 1 over 1 plus t to the power 4. Now what to do? Any idea? Anyone? After this, what to do? Yes, dividing numerator and denominator t square. Dividing numerator and denominator by t square. We answer these questions like root tan x, root cot x by this method only. So dividing numerator and denominator by t square. After this, then you again one more substitution. You ask yourself, yes, ये किसका डिफरेंशियल है? तो t plus no, you substitute t minus 1 by t as y. So differentiate this 1 plus 1 by t square dt is equal to dy and square it. Squaring both the sides gives you t square minus 2 plus 1 by t square is equal to y square. So that way t square plus 1 by t square is y square plus 2. That is your denominator. I'm not changing the limits. I'll substitute back the same integral, same variable t, and then integrate. So I remove the limits. Numerator is now dy, and denominator is y square plus 2. So now it's a standard integral. Which formula? Y square plus 2 tan in. So it is 1 by a is root 2, tan inverse y by root 2. Now substitute y is t square minus 1 by t. So now I can put the limit of t. T is 0 to infinity. So when you substitute the upper limit, it will be tan inverse. Infinity square is infinity. So it will be tan inverse infinity. Minus sign, when I substitute 0, it will be minus 1 by 0. So it will be minus infinity. Any finite number by 0 is infinity. So minus 1 by 0 would be minus infinity. Tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Minus sign you can take out. Tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Root 2 pi is the answer. The same question you can answer by taking sin x and converting to sin and cos also. Next. Hmm. Sin inverse infinity is not defined. Can't be. Sin inverse infinity will not be defined. कुछ गड़बड़ होगा. देखता हूं मैं भी. Next question is question 14. Question 14 is I is equal to 0 to pi by 2 dx over 4 sin square x plus 5 cos square x. कौन सी वैल्यू डालोगे? इंटीग्रेट नहीं करना है? इससे नहीं होगा ये भी किया हुआ है हमने. डिवाइडिंग न्यूमरेटर बाय एंड डिनोमिनेटर बाय cos स्क्वायर x. इससे करना है. लिमिट चेंज नहीं करी इसमें. इस सब्स्टिट्यूशन क्या गया था? इसमें ये वाला सब्स्टिट्यूशन थोड़ी करना है. tan है. So whenever you come across question involving sin square cos square, what you do is you divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. We have done these questions. You divide numerator and denominator by cos square x. So when you divide numerator by cos square x, it will become sec square x. This will become tan square x. This will become 5. And then you substitute tan x is equal to t. So sec square x dx is equal to dt. And you change the limits also accordingly. How do you change limit? When x is 0, tan 0 is 0, t would be 0. When x is pi by 2, t would be infinity. So limits will be 0 to infinity dt divided by 4t square 5. How to integrate this? Standard formula. Yes. So this is again tan inverse. And then you can integrate this. One by a, which is root 5 by 2 tan inverse t divided by root 5 by 2, and the limits 0 to infinity. 1 by 2 root 5, upper limit tan inverse infinity, lower limit tan inverse 0. 1 by 2 root 5, tan inverse is pi by 2. So answer would be pi 4 root 5. So this is question 14. Next is question 20. Question 20 is 0 to 1 under root of 1 minus x over 1 plus x dx. Integrate this. First, decide what to do.
rationalize करके
Yes, rationalize. The best would be rationalize. There's no point making trigonometric substitution. This question might be there as indefinite integral also. Good question. So rationalize the denominator 0 to 1 within the root only. 1 minus x over 1 plus x, 1 minus x. 0 to 1, 1 minus x divided by under root 1 minus x square. And then divide individually. I think without, first part, you can integrate directly. Second part, you can make substitution. If you don't want to make substitution, you can answer otherwise also. Without substitution also you can answer. The first part is sine inverse x 0 to 1. In the second part, if you don't want to substitute anything, then you have this result with you, f dash x by 2 root fx dx is always root fx. You can directly use this result. Integration f dash x by 2 root fx is under root fx. So there's no need of substitution. All you do is multiply by 2, divide by 2, and then you can apply this formula directly. Your fx is 1 minus x square. Its derivative is here. 2 is also there. So directly integration would be root fx. So this would be I is equal to sine inverse 1 minus sine inverse 0. And this is root of 1 minus x square limits 0 to 1. F dash x by 2 root fx is always under root fx. Remember this. Or else you can make substitution also. You can take 1 minus x square as t square or t also. It won't make a difference. So x dx will be t dt. So this same integral would be t dt by under root t square, वो कट जाएगा. 1 का integration t, which is under root, same answer. So whether you use substitution or directly, you'll get the same result. Sine inverse 1 is pi by 2. Sine inverse 0 is 0. Put upper limit 1 minus 1 0. Minus and lower limit 1. Answer is pi by 2 minus 1. Next, 29. Zero to a sine inverse a over x plus a. Hmm. What to do? Hmm? Plus a minus a will not help because it's inside sine inverse. Substitute something so that it becomes out of the root. It comes out of the root. X is equal to a tan square theta. So it will be a 1 plus tan square theta. It will be simplified. Dx is 2a tan theta sec square theta d theta. Limit change. When x is 0, tan square theta would be 0. Tan theta will be 0. Theta will be 0.
सर हमने x को एग्जैक्टली a tan स्क्वायर थीटा क्यों लिया? मतलब
देखो
पता कैसे चला?
ए से ए कट जाएगा ऊपर नीचे और 1 प्लस tan स्क्वायर थीटा सेक स्क्वायर थीटा होता है. रूट हट जाएगा.
ओके सर.
अगर 1 एक्स माइनस ए होता तो हम सेक स्क्वायर थीटा लेते हैं. बिकॉज
ओके
सेक स्क्वायर थीटा माइनस 1 tan स्क्वायर थीटा होता है. तो
ओके
ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक सब्स्टिट्यूशन इस तरह से किया जाता है ताकि रूट हट जाए. और जब तुम एक्स को ए सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे फिर क्या आएगा? a is equal to a tan square theta. So tan theta is 1. Theta is pi by 4. So sine inverse root a x is a tan square theta. A tan square theta plus a, and dx is 2a tan theta sec square theta d theta. So I would be 0 to pi by 4 sine inverse. Inside the root you have tan square theta. A cancel हो गया. Tan square theta plus 1 is sec square theta. And it is 2a tan theta sec square theta d theta. Tan square theta by sec square theta is sine square theta, which is sine theta. Sine inverse of sine theta. Two a you can take out of the integral. Tan theta sec square theta d theta. So now you have this integral theta tan theta sec square theta. How to integrate this? This is product of two functions. You have to use integration by parts. This is integrable, this is differentiable. Differentiate theta, integrate tan theta sec square theta. You can integrate tan theta sec square theta separately also, because this will be done by substitution. You can integrate separately tan theta sec square theta. So derivative of this is here. So it will be tan square theta by 2. Integration of tan theta sec square theta would be tan square theta by 2, because tan theta will take t. This derivative is there. Integration of t would be t square by 2. So it will be tan square theta by 2. So integration by parts. Theta as it is. Integration of this is tan square theta by 2. Then differentiation of theta is 1. And this is tan square theta by 2 d theta. So 2a theta tan square theta by 2. How do we integrate theta tan square theta? How to integrate tan square theta?
सेक्स स्क्वायर में नहीं.
Yes, sec square. वही सही है, सही बोल रहा है.
ओके
That is
ओके.
how you do integrate it. Sec square theta minus 1. So 2 will cancel out throughout. Theta tan square theta. Integration of sec square theta is tan theta plus theta. 0 to pi by 4. So if you practice these questions, there will be practice of indefinite integral as well. Next is 32. Do it yourself. Last two questions, 30 to 38. Question 32. Four to 12 x minus 4 to the power 1 by 3. So what to substitute? Let's take x minus 4 as t. Like बाय पार्ट क्यों टाइम वेस्ट करना है? X is equal to t plus 4. So when you differentiate, dx is equal to dt. How do you change limits? When x is 4, t would be 0. When x is 12, t would be 8. So the integral is now 0 to 8. X is t plus 4, t raised to power 1 by 3 dt. So it is 0 to 8, t raised to power 4 by 3 plus 4 into t की power 1 by 3. It's directly integrable. Simply integrate and put the limit now. Put the limit after integration. So 4 by 3 plus 1, 4 by 3 plus 1. Limits 0 to 8. So t raised to power 7 by 3. This is t raised to power 4 by 3. When you put upper limit, 8 is basically 2 raised to power 3. 8 you can write as 2 raised to power 3. The power will cut. 2 raised to power 7. And this is 2 raised to power 4. 2 raised to power 10 is always 1024. Remember this. Divide by 2, 2 raised to power 9 is 512. Divide by 2, 2 raised to power is 256. And 2 raised to power 7 would be 128. And that's how you get your answer. Next was 38. 38 था देखो. Hmm. 38. Zero to pi by 2 under root sine phi cos to the power 5 pi d phi. As you know, power of cos is odd. Separate it. Take sine as t. So cos phi d phi is dt. Limit change. When phi is 0, t would be 0. When x is 0. And when x is pi by 2, sine pi by 2 is 1. So it would be 0 to 1. T raised to power half. Cos to the power 4, you can write as cos square, which is 1 minus sine square phi, whole square, cos phi d phi. And then open the bracket and then integrate and put the limits. Using identity, you can open it and then put the limits. And you know how to integrate this. Multiply and then integrate it. So rest questions you practice by yourself. Now we'll move to questions involving properties. Properties of definite integral. You all know that when you integrate something between two limits, lower limit and upper limit, integration always gives us some area enclosed. For example, if you integrate a to b f of x dx and integration of fx is capital Fx, then you put upper limit first in place of x minus sign the lower limit. So definite integral between limits always gives us area enclosed between the given curve and two ordinates, vertical lines between x-axis. What if I change the limits? If you interchange limits b to a, in that case, your answer would be f of a minus f of b, which is minus of a to b f of x dx. So this is very first property. If you interchange limits, you make upper limit as lower, lower as upper, the sign of the integral would change. It will become negative. So the first result is if you change limits, interchange limits, then the integral becomes negative. Next is if you have upper limit and lower limit the same, then the integral would be always 0. Obviously, if the lower and upper limit are equal, area can't be enclosed. So this is the second result. Then, if you have some integral a to b f of x dx, we can always change the variable. I can convert x as t, I can write x as y, I can write x as a, whatever variable you want to take. So if you change variable everywhere, then nothing happens to integral. By changing variable, nothing would happen. For example, if there's a person, if he changes his name or her name, the person remains the same. So that is why if you change the variable everywhere, you can't change only dx. Everywhere, wherever you have x is replaced by t, it'll be the same. The change of variable, integral remain the same. Next result. If you have, suppose, some ordinates is C in between A and B. C is more than A but less than B. So I can divide this integral into two equal parts. First, I can integrate A to B, A to C, and then C to B. So if you have some integral A to B, fx dx, you can write it A to C, fx dx, and then C to B, fx dx. And these kind of questions are mostly used in modulus questions. So this is yet another property. We can always break the integral into two parts. Question number 3, page 6. You answer question number 1 and 3 based on this property. Question 1 and question 3, page 6 of question 3. क्वेश्चन 3 के दो पार्ट करो, 1 करो और 3rd करो. इसमें कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक के बहुत चांसेस होते हैं, बहुत आराम से करना. In question 1, function is split into two parts. You have two functions. The first function is from when x is less than 0. So you break the limit -1 to 0 and then 0 to 1. When the limit is -1 to 0, the function would be 1 minus 2x. And when it is 0 to 1, the function would be 1 plus 2x. So that's how you break the limit. And now you integrate this. Ensure that there's no silly mistake. फिर नेक्स्ट पार्ट कर लो इसका.
सर फर्स्ट के बाद कौन सा क्वेश्चन बोला था आपने?
3rd. ये हो गया. but answer is 4. Next is 0 to 5x minus 3. So the rule is that find the critical point. By substituting this equal to 0, x is 3 by 5, which lies between 0 and 1. So now you break the limits. 0 to 3 by 5 dx, 3 by 5 to 1 dx. Now when x, you take any number between 0 and 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is 0.6. So you can take 1 by 2. If I substitute 1 by 2, it will be a negative number. So you put a negative sign here. 5x minus 3. Second part will be positive, and then you integrate. So avoid silly mistakes. And by chance, if the point lies outside the limits, then you don't consider that point. Suppose it was 5x minus 10. The next would be 2. So the point would be outside. So don't change limits. It will be simply 0 to 1. So find critical point. That critical point should lie between the two limits. And then you change it. करो, पूरा करो उसको. What's upper limit? Lower limit would be 0. Then upper limit minus sign lower limit. Answer is 13 by 10.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is when you come across modulus questions. All right. Then you come across those questions where you have A2B fx dx, and according to this property, if you replace x by a plus b minus x, there would be no change. Integral would remain the same. Everywhere, if you replace x by a plus b minus x, the integral remains unchanged. So this is another property of definite integral. There'll be one question in boards especially where they say that using the property answer. In as far as entrance is concerned, you can answer anyways, because there's some integral which can't be used integrated otherwise, but using property they become very simple. So let's answer questions based on this result, this I know property. Let's answer question number 23. Question 23, limits pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 phi divided by 1 plus sine phi d phi. If you want to integrate otherwise, you have to use, rationalize the integration by parts. It will be very lengthy. But using property, you can easily answer this. Always start with the question by taking it as I. Now, since A is there, B is also there, A plus B is phi. So wherever phi is there, we can replace it by A pi by 4 plus 3 pi by 4 minus 5, which is pi minus phi. Replace phi by, so this would be pi minus phi divided by 1 plus sine pi minus phi. Wherever we had phi, we have replaced it by. So this is 1 plus sine phi. And call it equation number 2. Now notice one thing, that integration, this 1 and 2, both the integrals have same denominator. So whenever they have same denominator, you add them up. Same limit, same denominator. So we add integral 1 and 2 both. So left side becomes 2i. It is pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 phi over 1 plus sine phi. This is pi minus phi over 1 plus. We have combined the two integrals into single integral. Pi बाहर आ जाएगा. And now you know how to integrate this. How to integrate 1 plus sine phi? Anyone? How to integrate 1 over 1 plus sine phi?
X sin of y.
Hmm?
X.
Rationalize. Rationalize 1 minus sine phi. It will be 1 minus sine square phi, which is cos square phi. Divide individually and you get your answer. Rationalize. So when you divide individually, 1 over cos square phi is sec square phi. Sin phi by cos square phi is tan phi sec phi. हाफ कहाँ है? 2i है ना लेफ्ट साइड में, तो बाद में कर लेना. So tan phi minus sec phi. And then you can put the limit. So this was A to B. Tan 3 pi by 4 would be minus 1. Sec pi by 4 would be root 2. Sec 3 pi by 4 would be minus root 2. So you get your answer. Then you come across a result or a property where A is 0 and we write B as A. So this property is used 95% times. 0 to A fx dx. So if you come across this integral 0 to A, wherever you have x, you replace it by A minus x. So 0 to A fx dx will be always 0 to A f of A minus x dx. So this is the property we use, and this will be used, mostly this property will be used. But for this property to be used, we have to have lower limit at 0. So many questions which were otherwise non-integrable can be easily answered by using this. Question 19. Let's answer this. Zero to pi by 2 root cot x by root tan x plus root cot x dx. Equation number 1. See, if this was indefinite integral question, you can't integrate this. It's non-integrable. But since properties are there with us, we have limits, we can integrate it. So you can apply this property, 0 to A. Wherever you have x, replace it by A, which is pi by 2 minus x. Do it. Replace x by pi by 2 minus x. So cot pi by 2 minus x tan pi by 2 minus x cot pi by 2 minus x. You all know that cot 90 minus theta is tan theta, so will be tan x. Tan 90 minus theta is cot and tan. Again, equation 1 and 2 both have same denominator. इन दोनों को ऐड कर लो. Adding 1 and 2. Same limits, 0 to pi by 2, and the same denominator. So after taking LCM, will be 2i 0 to pi by 2 tan x plus root cot x tan x plus root cot x पूरा कट जाएगा. इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ 1 is t sorry x limit 0 to pi by 2. So 2i will be equal to pi by 2 minus 0. Don't forget to bring I on the right side. Integration is pi by 4. So this property is used 95% questions, man. Some important questions based for this. Question 29. Answer 29. $29 करेंगे, $46 करेंगे. 29, 46, 49. Quality question number 1. Apply the property 0 to a. See, whichever property you write it also. So wherever you have x, replace it by a minus x. What is sine pi minus x? Sine 180 minus theta is sine theta. So 0 to pi minus x, sine x over 1 plus sine x. Again, notice equation 1 and 2 have same denominator. So adding 1 and 2. Same limits. So you add them. Pi you can take out. Now what? Rationalize. Rationalize would be easier. +1 -1 से द्वारा rationalize तो करना ही पड़ेगा. अभी straight away rationalize the denominator. Divide individually. Sin x by cos square x is tan x sec x and tan square x. Both are integrable. Tan x sec x is sec x. Tan square, how do you integrate? Sec square x minus 1. You can integrate tan square x by writing sec square x minus 1. So pi by 2, this is sec x minus tan x plus x. Limits 0 to pi. Next, sec pi is minus 1, tan pi is 0, sec 0 is 1, rest is 0. That is, again, important question, 1 plus tan x, log of 1 plus tan x. Again, the same property, 0 to a. Lower limit is 0, apply the limit, then use tan a minus b. Simplify, add. Done? So after using property, it is 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan pi by 4 minus x. Wherever you have x, replace it by a minus x. So log, what is tan a minus b? Use the property of a, tan a minus b. Tan of a minus b. Tan a minus tan b over 1 plus tan a tan b. Zero to pi by 4. Take LCM after substituting tan pi by 4 as 1. Then if you want, you can use property of log also. Log a by b is log a minus log b. So this is 0 to pi by 4. Numerator tan x is cancelled. So log 2 minus log of 1 plus tan x. This is equation number 2. Now you can add 1 and 2. Now you can add equation 1 and 2 both. So 1 plus 2 will be 2i. 0 to pi by 4. It is log of 1 plus tan x. This is log 2 minus log of 1 plus tan x. It will cancel. Log 2 is constant, bring it out. So 2i is pi by 4 log 2. I is pi by 8 log 2. Next, 49. Forty-nine. Again, same property, wherever you have x, replace it by a minus x. A is 1. So wherever you have x, replace it by 1 minus x. And the best part is that this time you don't have to add. 1 and 1 cuts. So we don't have to add. It is integrable, directly integrable. You can straight away integrate this. So this is x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 minus x to the power n plus 2 by n plus 2. Limits 0, 1. When you put upper limit, 1 to the power n plus 1 would be 1. It will be also 1 and the rest would be 0. Answer is 1 over n plus 1, n plus 2. So it's not necessary that you always add 1 and 2. Sometimes without adding also. The idea is whether the given integral is integrable or not. If it's integrable, then you don't add. Right? Then we come across another properties. Odd even function. Whenever you come across limit minus a to a, see whether the function is odd or even. It will be equal to 0 if f of minus x is equal to minus fx. That is, fx is odd function. Sin x, tan x, x, odd power odd function. All these are odd functions. For example, if we come across a question minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sine to the power 7x dx. Answer would be straight away 0. Why? Because it is an odd function. So you have to show it. F of x is sine to the power 7x. F of minus x would be sine minus x whole raised to power 7, which is minus sine x to the power 7. So it is an odd function, therefore it will be 0. But if it's sine square x, sine square won't be even function. Sine to the power 4x will be even function. Now what if the function is even? A minus a to a f of x dx will be twice 0 to a fx dx. If f of minus x is fx, that is fx is even function. X square, cos x, all these are modulus x, all these are even function. ऑड फंक्शन की इवन पावर भी इवन होती है, जैसे कि माइनस पाई बाय 2 से पाई बाय 2 इफ यू हैव से cos स्क्वायर एक्स, तो ये इवन फंक्शन है, तो जाएगा 2 टाइम्स 0 to pi by 2 cos square x, and then you can integrate it. So इवन फंक्शन में 2 टाइम्स हो जाएगा, ऑड फंक्शन में वही रहेगा. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर, ये था थर्ड क्वेश्चन था ना, ये पेज नंबर 6 पे ना, इसमें सिर्फ 71 क्वेश्चंस हैं. उन सबको करने, बिकॉज सिर्फ एक प्रॉपर्टी को छोड़ के मैंने सारी प्रॉपर्टीज करा दी हैं. सो यू आइडेंटिफाई योरसेल्फ एंड आंसर दीज क्वेश्चंस, एंड फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास में आगे बढ़ेंगे हम. मोर क्वेश्चंस एंड एमसीक्यूज, देन आई कम बैक टू 11 सिलेबस. स्ट्रेट लाइन कर लिया था, पैराबोला करना था ना, मैं वो करेंगे. एंडिंग द क्लास बाय द टाइम योर 12th स्टडिंग के वो भी खत्म हो जाएंगे. So that is it, ending the class.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.